LP. Welcome to the preview of a series of Let's Plays I'm going to be doing in the future for Terraria. I'm going to, this will be a short stream to show off my all item world that I have. Got some displays and stuff in there, show off. Do like a little world tour. It's one that I started several years ago in, I believe, either right before 1.2 hit, I can't remember the exact timing. A couple years ago, and I have each time they've done an update, gone through and gotten new items that have been added. So this is current as of most recent update of 1.4.4, and probably do a new one once what they are calling the final update 1.4.5, which I take that with a grain of salt, because they've said that several times that this is the final update. So whether it really is or not, we'll find out. But, so, a few things before I get into the world and show it off here. Kind of just begin discussing my plans for what I'm going to do for an LP for this. A couple LP ideas I have, we'll see how it's going to go. First idea, I'm just going to be starting a brand new player, brand new world. Going from scratch, going through until I meet New Lord. No super real goals, and I'm not gonna push to try and get a full bestiary. I'm not gonna try and get all items like I already have a world for that. Just looking to have fun, progress through the game. Closest thing I'll get to that is I will try and fight and defeat every single boss, including optional ones. I'm not going to limit myself to a class. I'm not going to do a class playthrough. At this point, just kind of take the game as it goes. It is completely RNG based as to what treasures I'm going to get. If I get super really good drops, weapon type, or I guess class type for accessories or whatnot, I'll be doing that until I find something better. If I get some good ranged weapons, I'll start with range, but then if I get some melee weapons that are better, I'll switch to melee. If I find magic weapons that are better, I'll switch to magic. No real set plan for classes or anything. Again, just playing it as it goes. Just gonna do a roll with random evil and whatnot. And then I might end up doing sort of like a new game plus type of thing, where I take my player that I already have created that I'll be using to show off my all item world here in a moment, and starting a new world, but just playing through with all the equipment that I have, and show off how strong that stuff is against earlier bosses and whatnot. I'll be doing it in master mode regardless. I'm considering doing that in what is called the legendary seed, or the get fixed boy seed, which I'll go over in just a moment. Doing that from scratch is going to be sort of frustrating with how difficult it is. So I've watched other people playing through it, and that as well, that might start getting me frustrated. I'm okay. I'm not like professional. So, I may do a new game plus style on that type of world just so you can kind of see what that world is like. Get an idea for yourself, for those of you who may have played Terraria in the past but haven't played it since some of the newer updates and whatnot. So with those kind of said, also I'll show this off. I have completed every single achievement. And again, I'm scrolling through this quickly just to kind of show it off, but I'll also, some of these don't have the best description of exactly how to get these achievements. Some of them are straightforward, like this throwing like Terraria, pretty straightforward. But there are a couple, just a couple. But most of them are pretty straightforward. But there are like one or two that aren't super great. I also have obtained every trophy in the game, which I'll also go over how to get all those at some point. By some miracle, I start getting a lot of viewers and stuff and requests. I might do some other things, but here we go. Stuff there. These are kind of different worlds that I've made. I'll do a completely brand new one. So, for example, this one, Drunk Seed, kind of has a few interesting quirks to it. I'll kind of show that off of it once in one of my other videos down the road. Some of these other ones like this, where it says they got some seeds that if you did the exact same seed generation using the same number that I seem seed generated there. Master World, Master Difficulty, Small World. This corruption, and if you use this seed number, you'll find the Ladybug and the mine carts, which are both really hard to find. Very rare to spawn. This is the Get Fix Boy seed. This is my first Master World I did when they first introduced the Master difficulty. And a lot of these were I was looking for some specific items that I didn't find in some of my other worlds, so I had to go searching for them. So again, I just kept some worlds around to show off the seeds if people are interested. As far as I can tell and found out, this will work for console, but I don't know if it will work for PC. I know I have tried seeds that people put for PC, and they don't generate the exact same world, so I think there is a difference between the PC and consoles. I don't know if this will work for, this is PS4 obviously, but I don't know if it will work for, say, Xbox One or Switch or any other consoles. So again, I have tested and recreated with the exact same seed numbers in, and you have to have the same difficulty, the same world size, the same evil and everything. So these are just ones that I found some really rare items that I thought I would share with people, because sometimes people have a hard time finding some of these items, like there's Lisa painting. Finally set there, Ladybug and mine carts. This one is just a world that I completely cleansed for a trophy and achievement. Food cart. This one I did to try and get all the paintings that were added in the last update from Sky Islands. Sunflower minecart, and that Elu is a very rare painting in desert, underground desert biomes. This one has a very easy to find underground sword shrine where you can either get the Terragram or the enchanted sword. And this here is my So, in here I have every single NPC, all the town pets, which are the cat, the dog, the bunny, all the town slimes, all the burgers. Now, what's interesting is, my world, this was back in, like I said, either early 1.2 or late 1.1. It generated with this snow here. So penguins will spawn here, and very rarely I'll get ice biome. Back in the day, before I built this all up, I would sometimes get ice biome enemies spawning. When this world first was generated, corruption started right behind this tree. Right here was the start of the corruption. And funny story, very first enemy I killed, I basically had the tree here, put a little hole in between, and was using the bow and arrow, killed it, and got ancient shadow griefs. Oop. Stuff coming up and I started struggling with this season. Anyway. That originally went from about here and this is my own artificial desert biome I had to create in order to try and get the golfer NPC, which I'll again discuss. I'll discuss the NPCs and stuff in more detail once I actually start doing the Let's Play. So the corruption kept going. And this is hollowified now, and this right here was actually where a meteorite had landed in the past, but I digress. It actually... Did this become crimson? I did not notice this. Well, this... interesting. A lot of my Hollow and Crimsons, I had originally created an artificial crimson biome and thought I had purified it all there. So this is kind of fun. But my original corruption went from that big tree, giant tree that I showed before, to here. Again, this wasn't... There was like a little miniature desert here. It came to about here. And this actually was originally where my jungle started. Interesting thing is, in one of the previous updates, if your jungle got corrupted or filled with hollow and stuff, if you tried to use purification powder or the contaminator, it turned it back to dirt. So that's what happened from here all the way here in this area. And over here, this is where the jungle kept going again. So all this part that looks like regular now was previously jungle that had been in the past taken over by corruption that I purified, and now became forest. But for some reason, fishing from here still counts as fishing in the jungle biome. So I have kind of a really weird world going on here. This is where I have witch doctors. Gave him some Christmas trees. I actually put a bunch of Christmas trees. Actually, I used this here for when I was farming for a few items and stuff. I was actually farming for the golden water skidder, or water stripe. Again, it's more stuff I'll get into later, but this is my thing for farming rare drops and stuff. But anyway. This is also more jungle that got taken over by corruption that I had to fix. Or that I purified, I should say. Down here was another meteorite at one point. Ocean. This was actually something that a friend of mine that played on the world with me at one point dug down and did. Here's my original one ocean. Squid there. Space area and show off. Out of here, love. I'll show it off. Now the frustrating thing is I had the whole map of this world completed back on PS3. I actually redid this world on PS3 and ported it to PS4, and so I got a PS4. So that's another thing about getting an idea. Because I created this one in 2015. Had this world for quite some time. And each time a new update. Basically, I had this as an all-item world for every time we update and add new content, and you have to really get more and more. Except for a couple items that eluded me. The Nurse Lisa painting. I didn't get that until the 1.4.4 update. I actually generated over 100 worlds trying to find each other. There's our giant tree again. Coming up on our house. My house. Which I'll go back to in a bit to show off some stuff. These wyverns want to keep following me. There's some stuff that I kept around. Just because it was kind of silly and reminded me of what I used to do. Which I'll show you. Just one of those I'll show you. So, I'd be wondering why in the heck I really have June 30th. Well, I was first trying to find Skyline. Basically, right here, kind of built my way up to it, trying the dungeon because I had a water bolt item that you shoot up into the air, it will bounce back down if it hits something. So it bounce back down, so I built my way up here. Found this sky island. Rather than running across the world and doing that some more, I built this kind of pathway until I found the other one. And then the other island we saw like a little bit ago was after I had gotten some and kind of stumbled across that island. Perfect. Normally you'd probably have extra platforms, but this is actually what I used to fight Duke Fishron. And basically, I kite him over here, kind of fly up, go back here, kite him this way, and fly back up. Really not the best system, but it actually ended up working for me. And this ocean over here was but what I actually have here little shark statue attached to the lever. I actually used that to farm a shark banner way back in the day. I can't remember which update it was that introduced it, but previously banners were a random drop from mobs and stuff. Now it's for every 50 that you kill, you get a banner. So I use that to farm for the shark banner way back in the day, never got rid of it. You see the Christmas decorations. I actually put these up Christmas of this year, and I just haven't bothered to take them down. I'm just gonna leave them. Same with pumpkins, haven't farmed the pumpkins. This is my area that I used to fight the old one's army when it first came out, and just left it. So if I ever decided to farm it again, but this is where I farmed everything from the old one's army. This is from the newest update, 1.4.4, the Shimmer. Or was it 1.4.3? Either way. Where I had the Shimmer. Couldn't previously spawn this area again here and here. Actually had multiple meteorites land in this area. Also over here, this used to be a giant tree. I just haven't gotten rid of those background walls. Oddly enough, from time to time, gnomes will spawn in this spot. So, there's that. I got rid of this tree for back in the day, also when I was fighting Duke Fishron. I would sometimes bring him all the way over this way, but also the tree. It's kind of in the way for doing other stuff. Oh, it's a shimmer slime. And the slime mom jumps into the shimmer that turns into shimmer slimes. So I get to show that off. Dungeon. Please don't take the cultists. This is my Skeletron arena. And this was all desert naturally. Interrupted by the forest, the desert. It's all become horrified. I decided to just let stuff running around. We're gonna get rid of it on this world just because it doesn't have everything I need. And I don't really care whether it's Holotide or Crimson or Corruption. Now that I think about it, I'm probably not going to go back and fix that Corruption. Or not Corruption, Crimson that I talked about, where I created a Crimson biome so I could complete the bestiary. Oh. It's just because I have everything anyway. Let's see if he has anything interesting. Katana, paint sprayer, chalice, painting. And all stuff I already have. Also need these guys. Their own little Christmas trees. The slimes, the town slimes, I actually did not assign them any housing that you've seen so far. They've all moved in where they just chose to. So like this this one guy moved in with them over here. So that was kind of weird that they moved in over here instead of, because they can actually move into housing that's occupied by other NPCs. Here's my snow biome that naturally generated this way with a meteorite that I've just left here for no reason in particular. This is where my Hollow actually first started when I first got into hard mode. This is where my Hollow actually started. This is for getting stuff that you can only get from fishing in Hollow. Some items and getting paintings that were in the last update. You can only get from fishing in Hollow. Quest fish. Here's my own artificially created mushroom biome that I made so that I could have a mushroom NPC here and easier access to and stuff. Constantly go to them. This is back in the day before pylons. But anyway, this is how my originally expanded. I created this area up here with these paintings and stuff for the princess, but for some reason she won't go up there, even when I assigned her for some reason. So, and some of my NPCs died for some reason. There was like, I came in one day and all of a sudden just no events or bosses or anything, just all my NPCs died and they all just respawn. I haven't bothered to put them back to where they were originally. But for some reason, even when I assign the princess one of these rooms up here, she still won't move up there. I don't know if that's like a glitch or something. Anything about it. But yeah. Got all the crafting stations and everything in here. I used to have a bunch of chests strewn throughout the NPC hotel here with stuff at one point, and then I eventually, just a few days ago actually, came through and reorganized these here, these chests with the piggy and the piggy bank and this safe. I added this here myself, and I added these buddies. This was for farming the banners that I needed for certain buddies. All the different buddies for the banners and buddy kite and several other items. There are a couple other items dropped by buddies that I use that to farm for in the past. But these here are actually, this was my final setup of stuff that I had way back in prior to 1.3. This was like the last setup I had on PlayStation 3 before I swapped over to PS4, or swapped the data to PS4. This is my light pad, the hook I was using, the wings I was using, the armor I was using. This was prior to Moonlord being introduced to console. My summon, first play I really liked. So this was just kind of what I used for different things. But all of these chests here, the safe is my own stuff, but these chests here and this piggy bank here were actually given to me by a YouTube streamer, Terraria, who used to give item giveaways. At the time, I had every item in the game up to that point, at that current version of the game. But I was watching him stream, and he was like, hey, if you want to show off your world to me, I'll show it off in my stream if you message me. So I messaged him, and he came on and showed off my world on his stream. And even though I told him I already had every item in the game, he was like, I'm just going to give you a bunch of stuff. So I already had them. But he gave me a bunch of rare items and stuff that he would give away to people. A really cool guy. Loot games. But the interesting thing is the update took it away. But this Spectre armor here, this beetle armor here, and this turtle armor here that he gave me, he actually had somebody on console manage to put mods on armor. So these all used to actually have warding. Which, again, modifiers I'll get into a little bit more when I do the Let's Play, but basically there's 6 different types of modifiers you can get, and generally you can only put them on accessories. Warding is the best defensive. It adds +4 to an item defense. And somebody had hacked for console versions. You can do it on PC easily, but someone had given him warding versions of these armors. So each of these armors you added on would have an extra +12 that you wouldn't otherwise get in the game. But one of the updates fixed that. Here's some rare accessories and weapons. Whatnot. Some of these things you couldn't, were also before they made that you could have larger stacks of stuff that he also kind of gave to me. So it was just kind of cool. Again, some of the stuff I already had, but there were certain things that obviously I couldn't have had, like the modded armor and stacks of stuff that normally couldn't be stacked. So I've just kept them there, but this is kind of how it looked after the updates. But now here is the storage area. So I have the different types of wings with the different types of prefixes and stuff. Some armors. And I could have used different names for them, but ancient. These are all armors that have ancient in the name. These are all ones that you can get from doing this pillar events. There's those. This is mostly my weapons row. So all like the summons, rods and wands, all the different flails. First, gun, and I have these all organized from strongest, kind of going down, guns to at the weakest, the flare gun. Now, part of why I have the coin gun here in the first slot of guns is because it uses your coins, gold, platinum, copper, silver coins. Platinum coins obviously do the most damage, then gold, then silver, and copper. I've seen higher DPS with a platinum coin with this than with this Unreal Sniper Rifle. So, kind of put it here, it is dependent on using platinum coins, which, unless you do a lot of farming, it's going to run out very quickly. And here, even though this isn't the highest, I just did the magic books, then followed by actual magic items as far as damage. And then we got whips, which are newer, 1.4 updates. Jousting matches, also 1.4 updates, but there aren't many of them. These are all weapons that, according to the wikis, are melee weapons, but they aren't. They're considered melee weapons, but like even though the Terragram, the Arcalis, and the Zenith all look like swords, they aren't technically considered swords for some reason. Just like the Solar Eruption may look like it's probably a flail, maybe. They actually just don't fit into the other categories in the wiki. Got all the yo-yos here. It's the first chest of swords. You can see there's 3 sword chests. Put the phase sabers and the phase blades in their own separate category, just because. Got the boomerangs, spears. Got the different types of tools here, the pickaxes, axes and saws. Got all the Christmas decorations that you can get from during Christmas time. There is a way to spawn in Christmas without having to change the date on your PlayStation or wait until Christmas time. You can summon the Frost Moon event, and afterwards, for the next in-game day, will be considered Christmas event stuff. And you can get Christmas-related enemies and drops, and Santa Claus will spawn in, you can buy stuff from him, yada yada. Here's all the platinum coins I collected. And here, all the banners in the game. Dyes that you can use. Strange plants used to create the dyes. All the different types of light sources. Ingredients for making dyes. Hair dyes, all the various types of furniture. So small caveat, I have all the furniture that spawns naturally in the game and can, or in some cases is actually found in other chests or drops from some enemies. I don't have every single type of craftable furniture that you can get. It would just be a lot more chests that I feel are sort of unnecessary. I have I have enough material to craft every single piece of furniture in the game. But for the purposes of this, this is just all the different furniture that either spawns naturally, like I said, that you can't craft. This is like all furniture that you can't craft, with a couple of exceptions. There are a couple of things that I crafted and put in there. More armors, bows and repeaters, type weapons and ammo. This is all stuff you can buy from the Tavern Keep NPC. This is all of the vanity items in the game. They don't add any armor or anything, you can just dress up your character. All the potions, all the different ores, all the different types of bars, all the various types of wood in the game, and all the traps. Nature is just plants and seeds. These are all items that you get from treasure bags from bosses, which you have to be in expert mode or higher to get. These are all the different treasure bags you can get, including goodie bags are during Halloween, presents are during Christmas. This is all stuff you can get from the golfer NPC. Here's all of the different accessories. I have them all with the top prefix of each type. So warding adds +4 to defense, like I said. Violent gives you +4 melee speed. So here's all the violent. And these are all things where they actually function as multiple tools in one, like a hammer. Like this ham axe does both the work of a hammer and an axe, for example. All the different kites. These are all the various types of tombstones you can get when you die. A little morbid, but all the different number and letter statues. I do have a couple empty ones just for stuff for when the new update comes out. I definitely have room. Here's all the different quest fish that you turn into the fisherman. See another chest, more armor. These are all the items used to summon bosses or create the items to summon bosses or events. The various statues that you can craft or find. Different types of bricks. Different types of gems and souls and stuff. Fish and food items. All the quick accessories that give you your movement speed. And these are relics. And all the various types of bosses in the game, you can only get them from Master Mode. I have them in this specific order because from here it's like kind of the expected boss progression order. So that's the boss progression order. This is from the Pumpkin Moon event. This is from the Frost Moon event. This is from One's Army. This is from Pirate Invasions, Martian Invasion, and optional bosses that technically Duke Fishron can be fought pre-hard mode. Not recommended, but it's possible. Empress of Light you can only fight in hard mode without bringing an item to a pre-hard mode world, because you can only fight her in the Hollow. Well, I mean, if you move out of the Hollow, you can only summon her in the Hollow with Prismatic Lacewing, which you can capture with a bug net and do later, but if you destroy a Prismatic Lacewing that generates during night in the Hollow, summons the Empress of Light. So since you can't normally get the hollow until hard mode, unless you drop one from another hard mode world. Can't find it. So this is just items I use for creating the storage and display areas. Items you can get by throwing stuff into the shimmer. This is just stuff that I couldn't really think of any other categories for. Just a bunch of miscellaneous items. They have different uses. It's all stuff you can buy from the Party Girl NPC. These are all pets, light pets and mounts. 3 chests for them. Here are lucky accessories, which add to critical strike chance. I don't know why this ruler doesn't have it. That's weird. I'm gonna have to fix that. I don't know why that doesn't have. Alright. Goblin Tinkerer. Gotta get beyond this. Reforge. Oh, that's right. It used to be considered an accessory, and they turned it into a, and I don't know why I forgot about that. I'll just get a good there it is. Let's just give it a good prefix. These are all weapon prefixes. I have done. We'll just stick with godly, I guess. Okay. Oh well. Wait a minute. What's that? Let's keep it there just because. Forgot one of the updates made it go from an accessory to a weapon. So now it gets weapon modifiers instead of accessory modifiers. But lucky increases your critical strike chance. We have arcane, adds 20 in mana. Oh, I think I skipped over menacing. Menacing is I skipped this entirely. Menacing adds 4% damage. Mine carts. All the materials you need for crafting wings. All the materials for crafting furniture. And this is for like crafting some armors and some other stuff. These are all the trophies you can get in the game, and some of them are fishing quest rewards, which is these. I kind of put these here, the monoliths, just because there's no real trophy for the pillars. This is the closest thing. I just put them there. I got all the different paintings. Back up to here. I got the music boxes. You place these down, and it will actually change the music of the area. These are all the different pylons. When you have a pylon system, as long as you have 2 NPCs in the proper biome and housing with a pylon nearby, you can teleport to any pylon when you're on the map. Like this. Again, like I said, when I went from the PS3 to PS4, it didn't save my map where I had explored everything, and I haven't gone through and redone that. butterflies, all the various butterflies. These are all the different critters and cages. I haven't fully updated this yet because there are new critters that came along that you can put into cages and jars. I just got to get around to it. All the different golden critters. Regular critters. Again, you've been seeing it on the side here, but over here is just kind of a display area I have where for most of the bosses I have their relic, their trophy, their master mode drop, and oh sorry, a mask if there was a mask, and then their master mode drop. Now the Flying Dutchman doesn't have a mask, so I put, it does have a master mode drop, so I get the master mode, but it doesn't have a mask. So the ones that don't have a mask, I just kind of put kind of a unique item that they drop. So like for here, this is actually a minecart. For the Martian, this is the cosmic car key that summons a UFO mount that has infinite flight on it. And over here for the Snow Queen, she doesn't really have, or Ice Queen, she also doesn't have a mask, so this is actually the reindeer bill summon a reindeer mount. Santa NK1 during the Frost Moon event. This is a weapon you can drop. This is wings that can drop from the Everscreen during the Frost Moon. Another pet that's dropped from the Pumpkin during the Pumpkin Moon. And this is also a pet that the blanking on their name all of a sudden, but anyway, another boss from the up here is every single armor in the game on display. This one over here is just a random helmet and a pair of leggings that don't really belong to any particular armor set. So I just kind of put them here. You'll kind of notice here, this is also a diving helmet. Doesn't belong to any particular set. Here I have various robes that, when paired with what they're wearing, is the magic hat there, and then over here is the wizard's hat. When paired with those, they get a set bonus that you can't get otherwise. With this, you can actually put on any, with these, you can put on any leggings. You just need the various robe and either the magic hat or the wizard's hat to get the set bonus, and then you can put on any other leggings you want and you're fine. Most of the other armors up here, I put the wings for the Lunar Pillar events. Up here, I put some of them, in some cases the strongest of a weapon type, but in some cases my favorite, or what I consider to be the best weapon type. For example, I've got the Zenith here for the quote-unquote other melee, the Meow Meter for swords. There are some flails that do more base damage, and this is called the Flare-On. They have a higher base damage, but the Flare-On actually, from my experience, has a higher DPS because it releases homing bubbles that do extra damage. So you get more hits and more damage. We got the Terrarian for yo-yos, Dark Jesting mounts, I don't know the name of this one. We got some tools, so we got the strongest with the highest hammer rating here, the Chlorophyte hammer. This is called the Axe of Regrowth, which has the highest, tied for the highest axe power. This is the kaleidoscope, which is the highest whip. Blanking on the name. I think this is this the Terra Prisma? I can't remember. Anyway, then over here, these aren't weapons, but I got the golden fishing rod, which is the best fishing rod. This is the Rod of Harmony, which is an upgraded version of the Rod of Discord, which I'll get into in more details more. This is the Lunar Hook, which has the highest hook shot length. This is the Rainbow... Rainbow Crystal Staff, which is considered a sentry. Actually, that's what it is up there, and it shoots out rainbows. This is, I think, the Nebula Arcanum, I think, which is the strongest non-book magical item. Now, I put both the sniper rifle and the coin gun up here because without the platinum coins, the sniper rifle is the strongest gun, base damage wise. Got the pulse bow, got the pickaxe here, which has the highest pickaxe power. I put the phase blade and the phase saber just because. The possessed hatchet, that guy up there, below, above the shield. These are both boomerangs. Possessed hatchet has the higher base damage, but I like this because it's, you know, a play on Captain America's shield, and Captain America is my favorite superhero of all time. And then the drill here has the highest mining power in the game. Not necessarily the highest mining speed, but the highest mining power. It's a chlorophyte drill. So, got all this up here on display. Actually, before I go to my basement display area where you can briefly see the paintings, I forgot to point out this. Here, this was, I said this was my Eater of Worlds. Kind of small, but it worked. I have this timer here where I can turn on these art statues here, hearts to read. This spawns bats, and this spawns skeletons, and there's a spike in here. Back in the day, you could stand on the spike, and then the hearts would spawn every so often, killing the enemies here. And make sure that not too many. Oh, that's kind of a rare drop. Let me see. This snow here actually was a result of a friend of mine did some digging when I played from before, and the most blocks he had on him at the time was snow, and he refilled it with snow for some awful reason, and I just left it. So snow enemies will, or ice biome enemies will spawn for them. But I also used this area to farm the Pumpkin Moon and Frost Moon way back in the day. So yeah. Basically, I would every once in a while shoot the cannon and the buddy cannon off and have them rain down on stuff. Turning this on also sets off the traps down here, which are flamethrowers, spiky traps, and I'll just show it for a second. Spikes, spear traps, dart traps, and flamethrower traps. So yeah, it's kind of my event farming / destroyer. Not destroyer, Eater Worlds farming area back in the day. I kept this chest here to kind of show it off. This is again during the 1.2 era. These are kind of things that I would use to farm the moon events. Consume this for some buffs. These are a bunch of my buff potions. Ammunition for cannons. Basically, I used a summoner loadout and use these to get as many summons and get them as strong as possible. Yeah, don't really need that these days because I got a much better stuff. Again, this was actually pre-Moon Lord. So, coming down here, every single painting in the game. Paintings a lot of them you can buy from NPCs, but a lot of them spawn in various, in some of the biomes and whatnot. But this is, unless they bring in some more during the next update, every single painting in the game. Down here, every single banner in the game. Like I said, in the old days they were random drops, but now for every 50 of an enemy that you kill of that type, you get your banner no matter what. So 50, 100, 150, 200, so on and so forth. You'll always get a banner for every 50. Some of these can only be crafted. Some of them are found in the Sky Island houses. Some of them are found in the dungeon. Some of them are found in I think some of them are found in the underground, or not underground. Underworld. Every banner, every painting. Like I said, every crafting station and buff station up in here. And I originally created this as an area for the princess because she's so posh. And she deserved a fancy area. Got a bathtub, golden toilet, golden sink, golden bed, golden dresser, fancy plants, which you can purchase from her. Gets her own Christmas tree, golden bookshelf, golden clock, golden table and chairs, golden sofa, golden piano, golden chandelier, golden lamps, and these are all paintings that you can purchase from her as well. So, this is the princess. Actually, I'll show off the underworld. Show you the area I originally used for farming the Water Flesh. Basically, I got to a point where I never needed to get past here. Oops. Did not mean to do that. This is all the result of water falling down here. From other things that somehow managed to actually create obsidian that normally water just evaporates down here, but somehow some of it will get easy to do that. See there. Darn it. This time I died to the wall finish by not paying attention. Basically, we go along here and through various things that evolved over time, but first time I beat the wall flesh, I actually used meteor armor and a space gun. And just kited it all the way across this. Not kited it because it didn't something. Oh, that was close to following me all in, summon it right there. Got the guy needed all here, boom. Another way I beat the wall of flesh was with B-nades, B armor, and the B's. We'll see all that kind of stuff later. Once I actually start doing the LP. Hopefully I'll be able to go. Probably do about 3-4 hours. Maybe stretch it longer. Or cut it shorter if I get to a good stopping point. I'm going to try not to do a whole lot of grinding during the LP, the streams. I don't know how interesting that would be. More than likely, if I decide to grind for an item or something, do that off stream. Like in between streams or something, but not do any further progress in the game until I come back in stream again. Oh, here's another area I did a bunch of farming for stuff in. Let's see, I guess. The hives. Jungle temple. Which I think started to get some corruption by my jungle temple. There's corruption left in the world. So I didn't realize the crimson. I thought because I did do artificial crimson for bestiary and stuff in this world. I could still back. Obviously did not. Over here it's like we got hollow going through. Over here we got corruption. Or Crimson and Hollow fighting each other over there. Oh. This is also a little underground mushroom biome, artificial one that I created to get truffle worms. Also, prior to, I think this might have been before jungle biomes spawned in, or so I didn't actually get a jungle biome, if I remember correctly, and I had to create the artificial ones. Just to give an idea, here's my dungeon, the layout of it, it spawned. hollowed ice biome, corrupt ice biome. So I got some interesting stuff going on in this world. So yeah, I think that's really enough for this world tour. I was going to put that stuff on this thing. Here, it's all. Let's see, is there anything that those I can sell. Everything else I'll put in storage. These I'm not going to put in because either A, I already have them and there's no more space in those weapon type chests anyway. So there's no point in me holding on to it. Or B, if there is space in the chest, I just don't want to have duplicates in there because I don't need it to, because all the weapons and accessories I do have over here all have the highest modifiers that they can possibly get. Just stack everything. Boop. That was too high up for. Why do you do this? Originally, some things could only stack up to $9.99 and certain things could only stack up to $9.99 a long time ago, but one of the either again 1.4.3 or 1.4.4, again I can't remember which one. They happen fairly close together, really, to me, compared to other updates they did. They changed the stack size of a lot of stuff to 9,999. Even stuff that only had 99 will go up higher now. Not all items, but also guide voodoo dolls couldn't stack in the past. They made that different. So actually, just kind of put here. Clothier voodoo doll. You have to have marked as an accessory. So, but that's gonna be it for the showcase, and hopefully next time. I can't say when. I'll do a live stream starting the LP soon. Again, hopefully soon. But it will come when it comes. So I hope you guys have enjoyed this little world tour, and hopefully you'll tune in when I do the streams of the LP. Goodbye.